All right, I posted a video yesterday against the slutty vegan and how there's no need at all to, mixing sexual immorality to promote veganism. It's just completely unnecessary. And a sister on there, I was stating over and over how I am an ethical vegan, and I don't shy away from that word. For a short time I did, but I am a vegan, and Jesus was a vegan, and God is vegan. And sister took exception to that, and she put in the comment section, told me what I'm not. It's always interesting to me when you all go on the comment sections of my videos and my ministries telling me what I am and what I'm not and what I should and shouldn't say. That's always interesting to me. I am a vegan. I am an ethical vegan. Okay. And there was a concern about, well, veganism is some type of religion. So let's go over what is veganism. And I don't care if you want to call veganism as a religion, so be it. Veganism, when I say vegan, this is the definition of veganism. It's a philosophy and a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as is possible and practical. It's about doing the best we can. Trying to, talk about, well, what's the use of being a adequate vegan and then you wearing polyester and all this stuff. Listen, we do the best we can. To compare wearing polyester to the torture and the slaughter and the brutal torture and the murder of innocent animals, that's absolutely nonsensical. The philosophy of doing the best we can to avoid all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development and the use of animal-free alternative for the benefit of animals, humans, and the environment. In dietary terms, it denotes the practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partly from animals. That's veganism. If you want to call that a religion, so be it. I am a vegan. I completely agree with that definition. Doing the best that I can, whether it's what I wear, what I eat. Yes, it is wrong to wear leather. It is wrong. It is. All forms of animal exploitation. We do the best we can. I'm improving every day. I'm improving every day, even when it comes to my wardrobe. That I 100% agree with that. Does that mean we're going to be perfect? Does that mean that veganism is perfect because there's so much wickedness in the world that we are perpetuated? But what is wrong with having a philosophy that I'm going to do my best to minimize harm to God's creation? That's the philosophy of veganism. And I 100% agree with that. And food and animals are not food. Animals are not food. Am I for vegan junk food? No, the vegan junk food is not healthy. And I serve the God of life and health. But I tell you what, if you have a choice between an Impossible Burger and a vegan donut, and torturing and murdering God's children, you should look at the consumption of animal flesh the same way you look at the consumption of human flesh. If you're tuning in and enjoying the Minister of Wellness videos, which I know you are, you wouldn't have made it to this point. We are $3,400 short for this Sabbath day's food drive. That's all we're behind. $3,400 to go. Please do your part now. Before you continue with the video, put something in the offering plate to help us to make that amount up. We're close, family. This is the closest we've been all year to reaching the full $10,000 we need for our food drive. We're going to be overrun. We're probably going to reach over 10,000. This is going to be our biggest, most epic food drive of all time. And they're going to continue to get bigger. We're in a different area than usual. A densely populated slum suffering from sub-third world poverty. Brother Danny Anderson, Sister Vilma Little, and 3 other anonymous donors became our $1,000 Seed of Life sponsors. And then others have stepped up to the plate. So at this time, we either need 3 more righteous, selfless soldiers in the army of the Lord to rise above your selfishness and test out the promises of the Lord. Because when you help the poor, you're lending to the Lord and he will repay you. Oh, he will. Become a $1,000 Seed of Life sponsor. But even if we don't get another $1,000 Seed of Life sponsor, if you're able to cover the rest of the 3,400, but even if not, if everyone watching the videos would sow a seed of life of $100, we could have that amount today. And we could be finished and move on to our next missionary initiative. All the ways to give are right there on the screen. No excuses, please. No leeching, please. No selfishness, please. No excuses. You're enjoying this ministry. You enjoy the Health Reformation Church. Help us serve the poor. Cash App $ Minister of Wellness. Cash App $ Minister of Wellness. The ministerofwellness.com/give. The ministerofwellness.com/give. For credit or debit card, you see the Zelle on the screen. Make sure you spell it correctly. PayPal is there on the screen. Do what you can, brothers and sisters, whether it's 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000, or 3,400. That's the amount that we need. Do your best. All I ask for. If we do not reach the full $10,000 by Sabbath day, the amount of stress that it will put on my heart and soul will be immense. I have everything you need for your essential supplement needs at theministerofwellness.com, theministerofwellness.com. My online store is so important because not only does it give you what you need for your health, and my supplements are high quality, my supplements are potent because I'm very careful with putting my name on a supplement. So I vouch for the Minister of Wellness name brand supplements. However, here's something important to consider. My supplements are not only more expensive than others because of the quality and the potency, which is important. But brothers and sisters, I am proud to be able to state to you that 90% of all profits that come through you purchasing the Minister of Wellness books, vitamins, minerals, sea moss, goes into our missionary initiatives. So when you choose to support the online store at the retail cost without waiting for a sale, you're not only helping yourself, but you are still helping the poor. That's the beauty. That's the spiritual blessing of supporting the ministerofwellness.com online store. The ministerofwellness.com, the ministerofwellness.com. Help yourself and help the poor by making a decision to purchase the Minister of Wellness products at the full retail cost. You wouldn't view it as an option if I gave you an option between eating a human being and eating an Impossible Burger. You wouldn't even question that in your mind. So why you question that when it comes to an Impossible Burger and a fish? Because you still haven't got that vampire spirit out of you. That's why. That's why. That's your look at dead animals as being anything other than your brother and your sister. Now, can vegans go too far with their mindset of, you got some vegans, they get so sick and tired of how disgusting and sick and this sick vampire species that we are, all races, all. Listen, I was in the U.S. Marines. That's a mostly white male organization. I was a police officer for 7 years. I'm a Black American. I've been living in Africa for the last 3 years. I've traveled to the Middle East. The human species is satanic. The human species. We offer no value to this planet. So yeah, there are some vegan activists where they get sick and tired of our disgusting species, and they'll love the animals more than they love us. Do I agree with that? No, but do I understand? Yes, I do. I do. We're the most parasitic form of life on it. We serve no value whatsoever. None. Name me one. Name me name me in the comment section. How would this planet, I'm talking about the planet, I'm talking about Mother Nature, Mother Earth. How would Mother Nature suffer if we were wiped off this planet? How? I know how it would suffer without the animals, without the fish, without the ants, without the insects. I don't know one positive benefit that we have to the health of this planet, because we don't. So I understand why radical vegan activists can go, but there are many ways to embrace the vegan living. One thing is that all vegans have in common is a plant-based diet, avoiding all animal foods. That's the basic, such as meat, including fish, shellfish, and insects, dairy, eggs, and then there's a dispute about the honey. But I don't have an issue with that. I don't consume honey. I don't consume honey. Honey is better used as a topical treatment to helping to heal wounds, as well as avoiding animal-derived materials, products tested on animals, and places that use animals for entertainment. Yeah, like your pharmaceutical drugs. You shouldn't be taking that garbage anyway. So if we're really living according to true principles of the God of life and health, you would have no problem with veganism. There would be no problem with that. And what our Nazarene brothers and sisters used to do back in the day, they used to have herds, and then when their cattle would die, and then that's when they would use the skin of the cattle and other parts of their dead animals to use with making products such as shoes and sandals and so forth. But they weren't murdering them. They let them enjoy their entire life until the very end. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see any issues. If you want to call this a religion, if somebody made this their religion, my religion is a health reformist. But if I don't have any issues with someone who says my religion is veganism, that I'm going to live my life to where I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I'm not exploiting God's children. I recognize that the animals are our brothers and our sisters, and we have a responsibility to return to protect them as much as possible. That's what God told us to do in the beginning. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't. Please don't get comfortable, brothers and sisters. Don't get comfortable. A lot of you rushed and purchased the immune support emergency stash when that Chinese virus was starting to spread. Now you're not hearing about it. Don't get comfortable. Make sure you have your 7 bottles of my most powerful herbal extract for your immune system, the immune support emergency stash. You get 7 bottles of my powerful immune support herbal extract, which is a mixture of powerful herbs for the immune system. You get all 7 for 50% off, no promo code needed. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com. Remember, most of the profits from the online store also goes right into feeding the missionary work. When you give to the poor, that also helps boost your immune system. The Black Health Disparities Package is designed to attack those comorbidities that makes viruses more deadly. That's what it's designed for. So if you need an extra boost along with your fruit fasting and getting rid of these comorbidities, these diseases that is putting you at high risk of death when the next pandemic comes, the Black Health Disparities Package is for you. The fat loss, the reduced inflammation, the blood sugar balance, lower blood pressure and cholesterol, and the immune support herbal extract. You get these top 5 together to attack all diseases at one time. You get them together in a package for 50% off, no promo code needed. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com. Always remember that most of the proceeds from my online store, while you're helping your health, you're also helping your health in knowing that most of those proceeds are going into serving the poor. The Minister of Wellness Complete Detox Package. It includes a free copy. You get 7 of the most powerful supplements that work synergistically to detox your entire body on a cellular level. And then it includes a free copy of my book on exposing the satanic religion. You all already know. You see there, again, I have to use wisdom. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com to get the complete detox package. Stock is always low on my complete detox package. Get it before they find out and censor it again. Some people may choose to go vegan. For some, it may be because they do not believe in farm animal practices and animal exploitation. For others, it may be due to environmental concerns. And it's just not about diet. Yes, eating, and it's not about diet just for me either. Okay, I just lost 60 pounds from vegan junk food. Even when I was in a depressed emotional eating, I still refused. I was not going to sit there and put no animal flesh in my mouth, and never would. I would rather be a 300-pound vegan junk food eater than to ever participate in the shedding of innocent blood, which God hates. So yeah, there are other aspects. The medical industry, medical charities that experiment on these animals, even zoos and aquariums. Yeah, they're vegans. They don't do the dog and horse racings, anything that has to do with animal exploitation. Vegans strive to be against, and I have zero issue with that. So no, my statement stands. The Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, I am a ethical vegan. I've been one for 12 years. I continue to improve in my ethical veganism to ensure that I am doing my absolute best to not participate in the exploitation of my animal brothers and sisters. And my church that I founded, the Health Reformation Church of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, no, we are vegans, we are environmentalists, we are humanitarians, in that order. And I don't care what anybody has to say about it. I don't care if anybody has any issues with that. Okay, that's just the way it is. So either you evolve with us at this church, or you can just go follow somebody else. But don't come on my videos trying to tell me what I am and who I am and what to do and what not to do. I take my instructions from the God of health and life, nobody else.